Hubtiger is software to take your workshop to the next level. Today we're going to do a full demo from online bookings all the way through to the point of sale, including quote approvals and communication. So Hubtiger is an online system. So you log in with your credentials. You can have an admin role, a mechanics role, and a workshop manager role. Here we've got the calendar. You can see the mechanics on the left, the days of the week at the top. This is a week view. We can have a day view, a month view. Going back to the week view, you can see all the job cards have different colors, and those represent different statuses. So there are three ways to book in to the calendar. The first way is through the mobile app, which customers can download on any store. It's for free. The app integrates into Strava, tracks their bikes, and lets customers know when they need to service. Here I'm mirroring my phone onto the screen, and I've opened up Hubtiger, and I can just book a service with my local bike shop. And here you can see all their services, and I can book. I'm not going to do that. So the second way is on your website. So a customer can go onto your website and book from your website. Now we have a number of website widgets, including fittings, workshop, and collections. Here we have 2 stores in Dubai. They've got a multi-store widget. You can see they've also got a black and white theme to their website, and our widget is embedded into their website. So here it is, black and white. I can choose one of the stores. I can choose a service. I can choose multiple services. As a customer, we can make, they can make notes. Hit next. Based on the services that were chosen, we can now see the next available date. Put in next. I'm going to put in my customer details here. And because I'm in the system, it auto-populates everything else, as well as all the bikes that I have. Now, obviously, I've got a number of demo bikes, and I can book in multiple bikes if I'd like. Now, or I can add another bike. So I can book these bikes in, and it will go into that calendar. So here's another option. We've got Fettel. They have 5 stores in the UK. They've got a collections widget, as well as a number of widgets per store. So you'll see they actually have a pop-up. So the previous one was a multi-store embedded. This one is going to be a pop-up. So I click on the link, and it opens up a pop-up which has their colors. It's like yellow and blue. And they also allow pick up and drop off. So they'll pick up the bike, service it, and drop it off. Here's another example. These guys are in New Zealand, also embedded. So they're just one shop. So we don't have to click on a store to choose. It's just embedded into their website and super simple. And then the third way is directly into the calendar. So we can choose an empty space. We can choose a mechanic. So here I'm going to choose Friday for Brad. Let's put in demo customer. Now you can search or add there. This demo customer has 2 bikes. Let's choose one. Next. Now remember, this is the mechanic or the workshop manager booking in a bike for the customer. They can choose multiple services if they'd like. Let's choose the level 3 tune-up. If the customer calls in, so calls the shop, you want to deselect this so you're not running around looking for a bike that's not in the shop yet. Obviously, if they walk in, the bike is here. Next. So now we can make some notes. So we're going to say, please check chain and cassette. And then we also have checklist items. Now I'll take you through the checklist items in a bit, but we have booking in checklists that the mechanics need to enter in before they book the service in. Schedule. Okay, so now we have booked that level 3 tune-up for the demo customer. It's light green because we haven't started working on it yet. and the customer gets a notification. So I'm mirroring my phone. So whenever we get notifications, I'm going to pop up my phone just to show you. And here in settings, here are all the automated messages that can go out. We have workshop, we have fittings, we have bike sale. Let's open the one I've just received. Your bike is in the workshop. We'll get cracking it as soon as possible. And you can see that's active and that email is inactive. So I can customize all the wording and then press save, and that's the message that'll go out. And if I want to do email, I'll make that active and then the email will go out. If you've ever worked on MailChimp, it's similar. It's very similar. You can just drag and drop, drag buttons, images, texts, and just customize your email really quickly, really simple, really easy to use. Change the wording, press save, and that's the email that will go out. Okay, so let's go back to calendar. If I open up the job card, so Brad is going to start working on this bike. He can see the customer details, he can see the bike details, what service is chosen. So level 3 tune-up, and the level 3 tune-up is 180 minutes. If we add another service, you'll see that the minutes adjust. So when you configure services or tune-ups in the beginning, you can configure how long they should take. There we can see the client notes. Please check cassette and chain, and let's start the job. Again, the customer will get an SMS. Comes through, there we go. Work has commenced on your bike. For demo purposes, we've switched them all on. But in your bike shop, you might want to switch some off, some on, and balance between email and SMS. Here we have internal and external notes. External notes is what the customer will see if they have the mobile app, or if you print out the job card, or when you send text messages, they'll also be able to see notes. The more notes, the better. It just helps with transparency. The mechanic can also look at previous service history and see those notes. Makes it a lot easier to service a bike. Okay, I'm going to skip quote. Let's go to bike. If this bike had service history, we'd be able to see previous services, click on it, and see notes, quote, etc. Messaging. This is where we see all the automated messages. I can also send direct messages to the customer. So, hi demo customer, we need to replace your cassette and chain. We'll send quote shortly. Hit enter, and that goes off. Okay, so the customer will get a notification. Click on that, and if they click on the link in the text message, they'll be able to reply. So as a customer, we're now going to say, thanks, I hope it's not expensive. I'm sure you get many customers like that. Hit enter, and that's going to go off to the bike shop. So I'm now the customer and the bike shop. So hopefully it's not too confusing. Cool. Great. So there's the notification that came out. And as a mechanic, we can see what the customer said. Click on that and it will open up the job card. And there's basically the whole messaging of the job card. Attachments. Mechanic can open up their phone, scan the QR code, which I'm going to do now, and take a photo to upload into the job card. So as a mechanic, you come in, the bike comes in, there's a crack on the carbon frame or there's a scratch, and they want to take a photo of it. It's super easy. Scan the QR code, take a photo like I'm doing now. I'll take a photo of my screen and attach it to the job card. You can attach multiple photos, videos, and it's really great to refer back to those attachments later on. Also evidence, liability management. Cool. If I click on that image, it just pops up. So super easy. In a few seconds, we can have attachments linking to job cards. Checklists. There are 3 types of checklists. We've got the pre-service checklists. So when you're booking in a bike, and you can configure them all. We have mandatory checklists, and we have service-specific checklists. So mandatory checklists, these will be, no matter what service is chosen, these checks must be done by the mechanic. And then for the linked service checklist, so because we chose level 3 tune-up, these are the checklist items the mechanic needs to do for that tune-up. And you could have no checklist if you'd like, or you could have 100. Super easy to configure. And there are some optional checklists as well if the mechanic did anything. So if we print out the job card, the customer will see exactly what was done to the bike. So let's go to quote. This is where we're integrated into the point of sale. In this case, we're integrated into Lightspeed. We're pulling in the SKUs, the name, the quantity on hand, and the pricing. We can also adjust the prices straight from Hubtiger. So we'll make it 250, hit save. If you have a barcode scanner, you can just scan items, or you can search. I'm just going to search in this case. So let's just add a chain. So these are just pulling from Lightspeed. And then I'm going to add a cassette. Okay, let's add one more. Let's add a tire. Perfect. Okay, so now with big ticket items, you usually have to get approval from the customer. So what we can do now is we can just send for approval, which will send a text message to the customer. And I'm going to mirror my phone again. And as a customer, I can click on the link on the text message, see the quote. I'll see all the notes of the job card, and I also see the quote. And I can now approve, or if I want to deselect certain items, to reject. So as a customer, let's deselect the tires. I think those are really expensive, and I think they're actually car tires. And now I can send partial approval. It says, are you sure? Yes. Success. Straight away at the bottom right, the mechanic has received a notification saying 3 items have been approved. Let's close this job card just to show you. If I go here to notifications, click on that, it'll open up the job card and it will say to me that the customer has approved 3 items and rejected 1. There, those tires are rejected, so I can take them out the quote. And now we can finish the job. Job completed. And I'm obviously going really fast through this demo. This would happen over 2 days, and it's super easy for the mechanic. They just go down the job card with those tabs. So we've now completed the job. The customer gets another notification that they can come collect their bike. Okay, so now, that afternoon or the next day, the customer comes to collect their bike. You just click on the job card, you go to quote, and you can now send it through to the point of sale. So we send it through to Lightspeed. We are now creating the customer if they don't exist, or if they do exist, we send it to that customer. We send that quote with all the notes. Now we can hit view in Lightspeed, opens up the sale, and you'll see the 3 items, which we can now just pay. Let's max out the credit card, and we'll poll Lightspeed every 15 minutes. So if something is paid, we'll automatically go collect it in Hubtiger and change that to, it's now light blue, but in 15 minutes time it will be automatically collected, so it'll be dark blue. So that's the process from online bookings all the way through to the digital calendar and then the point of sale. We have a number of other items, special orders, reports, bike sale functionality. Hubtiger is super simple to set up. You can go to www.hubtiger.com and set up a free trial, or you can contact us at stuart@hubtiger.com, and we'll happily assist you setting up your bike shop.